2020 has turned our homes into our offices, schools, hangouts, restaurants, and bars, whether we like it or not. There's no denying that we've had to shift the way we spend our time in our homes. For those who visited their pad occasionally to do some laundry and catch a few Z's, it's quite a culture shock being locked down in your space all day and night. And for those who spent 9 to 5 in a controlled office space, having to contend with home Wi-Fi, noisy neighbors, and some homeschooling kids, it's an adjustment to find space where you can be productive. No matter how you feel about it, now that you're home, we're sure you've probably realized it's time for some upgrades. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Number 1. Houseplants. Forget those plastic fantastic houseplants that require dusting. It's time to add a little green to your space and bring some fresh air in too. Nothing screams stylish and modern like adorning your home with houseplants. We don't want to hear your excuses about not having a green thumb. Most houseplants require only a little attention. In fact, many of them thrive on the treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen level of care, and don't really like being fussed over. Houseplants aren't going out of fashion anytime soon, so feel free to invest. Number 2. Ambient lighting. Great lighting makes a house a home. You don't have to rewire the entire place and replace every light fixture if you don't want to. Just adding in some dimmer switches or some well-placed lamps can create a relaxed and welcoming atmosphere at the flick of a switch. And let's be honest, no one looks attractive in fluorescent stadium lighting. Number 3. Art. You don't have to invest in a masterpiece or have a PhD in art history to own some art. Adding art to your home adds depth to your walls, points of interest, and expresses your style. Looking at art is also known to relax the mind, and that's whether you understand it or not. And if you're not an aficionado, don't be intimidated by art speak. Just choose pieces that speak to your soul, that remind you of a personal experience, revelation, or just something you enjoy looking at. It really doesn't have to be more than that. Plus, you might not know it, but you might have just bought a piece by the next Picasso, and in time, it could go up in value. Number 4. Wood. By now, you're probably thinking that this isn't a very modern list at all, but that's just it. Having a modern home doesn't mean you have to fill it with endless tech gadgets. Modern just means it's functional and uncluttered. A great way to add warmth and style to any modern home is by adding wooden touches. It could be a great piece of statement furniture, like a dining room table, or as low-key as a classy solid wood cutting board and a towel rail. Use natural wood to boost your mood and vibe in your modern home. Number 5. A favorite spot. We all need a cocoon sometimes, a place that speaks to who we are and that we can creep into when we need a minute. Having a favorite spot like this within your home gives you a getaway without leaving your space. Find your favorite spot in the house and equip it with what you need to become a sanctuary. Create a reading nook near a dreamy window by adding a cozy chair, a warm lamp, and some throw pillows nearby. Or create a kitchen of your dreams if cooking is your passion. Reflect your passions in your space, and it'll feel like a mini vacation every time you visit. Number 6. A style direction. Decorating your home is something that is best done with an end goal in mind. Very few people can start adding a few things they bring home from the store each time they go and end up with a cohesive style. More often than not, it looks like a charity shop mixed in with an IKEA promotions display. To create a stylish modern home, work out your aesthetic. Are you going Brooklyn boho chic or ultra-modern minimalist? A little browse of your mood boards on Pinterest might help you tie down a look, and then work toward acquiring it with the right paint palette, furnishings, and a few signature decorative pieces. Number 7. Quality of life tech. We can't have a modern house without a decent helping of tech, but tech for tech's sake just becomes a burden. Stick to the principles of modern living and keep it functional and well-designed. It might not be the right time to make major investments or rip up existing security or electrical fittings right now, but next time you're changing fixtures, consider the smart options available to you. Just don't be suckered into everything that's smart just because you can. Rather, ask yourself if it truly will make your life easier or if it's just different. The truth is, it's not always easier or necessary to control every single device in your home remotely through your cell phone. You can leave some functions for real life. Number 8. Entertainment. Thanks to lockdown, we've never spent so much time at home as now. So it's as good a time as any to start looking at your home entertainment. Now, we don't mean surround sound and cinema-sized screens, but rather how you and your guests can be entertained at your home. If you have a passion for wine, then perhaps adding a wine bar that you can hang out at, or a gaming corner is more suited to your interests. Adding a games area or games room is a fun way to get your guests involved in a little friendly rivalry over a round of darts or a game of Cluedo. And if hosting is your thing, check out our video, 15 Ways to be the Perfect Host the Aluxer Way. Number 9. Clever storage. Somewhere in the DNA of mankind is the need to neatly store things. There's a direct connection from the brain to trigger happy hormones the moment we complete a sorting project and slide the neatly packed drawer closed. Marie Kondo's rise to global fame is proof enough that if someone can become a household name for teaching us how to sort out the clutter, we have a real lust for order. And nothing promotes order like clever storage. Designing a few drawers into the steps of your staircase or adding a fold-away shoe rack are basically modern-day porn. If you look around your house with an eye to create a space for everything to go, you will soon see places where smart storage solutions could declutter your home and organize your life better. Number 10. Good knives. Nothing enhances your cooking experience like a great set of kitchen knives. You can buy cheap knives many times in your life and regret it every time. Or you can buy a premium set of knives once and let cooking be a pleasure. For most people, cooking is an everyday occurrence, so buying a great set of knives isn't only functional, but practical. If until now you've always hated cooking, then perhaps you need to try it with the right equipment and you might change your mind. Most chefs will tell you the most important tool in the kitchen is a good knife. Number 11. A few great bottles of booze. Even if you're only a social drinker, it's always nice to have a few decent bottles stored away for when an unexpected guest shows up, or to toast a special occasion. Having a few signature drinks on hand also oozes style and sophistication. Just be sure you have the glassware and some bar accessories to follow suit. Number 12. Fresh greens. It's never been easier to grow your own greens. There's a million all-in-one gadgets or build-your-own tutorials to help you get growing no matter how small your home is. You can choose from a simple microgreen setup to indoor container growing, a balcony garden, or add fish and have an aquaponics setup. If 2020 has taught us nothing else, it's the importance of being healthy and self-sufficient. So skip the queue at the greengrocer and get growing your own power-packed veggies. Number 13. An air fryer and a crock pot. As much as countertop appliances create kitchen clutter, with these two devices you can basically take over the world. They allow you to cook efficiently, prepare bulk meals, and cut out the bad fats without having to compromise on flavor. Many come with time switches, so you can arrive home to a warm meal, meaning that home-cooked meals become virtually hands-free. They are the perfect companion to modern living. Number 14. Recycling solutions. No matter where you stand on climate change, you can't ignore the fact none of us want to be knee-deep in rubbish in the near future. To avoid this, we all need to adopt some form of recycling to better manage our waste. If you're lucky enough to live in one of a handful of countries where this means just bagging recyclables and putting them on the curb, then you're lucky. But for many, this means some serious sorting, and failing to have a good system will lead you to just binning recyclable items with your regular trash. The good thing about this is it gives you an excuse to go to the storage store to get yourself some nice containers or separating bins, or perhaps you can upcycle something you already have to do the job. Then find out what your local recycling depots can take and how they need it sorted, and then you'll know how to label your receptacles and get to recycling. Number 15. A pet. Nothing makes a house a home like pets. They bring a happy presence that you can always come home to, and a feeling of company even when you're alone. Obviously, we would always encourage you to choose a pet that suits your space and your lifestyle, but even a simple fish tank can be a great feature to modern living. So, Aluxers, what's something in your home that you could never live without? Let us know in the comments. And since you stuck with us until the end, we do have a bonus for you. Go green. We're living on borrowed resources as fossil fuel reserves continue to be pillaged, so if you want to secure the quality of life you enjoy now, it's best to install some systems in your home that can depend on renewable resources. You can start by tackling your water usage, by trying water recycling or add a rainwater catchment system. If you want to leave the power grid behind, there are countless options to generate your own electricity from wind to solar. Link them to a power wall and it means you'll always have a stable supply. Functional and independent. Now that's modern living. Thanks for watching, Aluxers. We are so glad you joined us. Subscribe for more fantastic videos every day. And as always, thanks for the show of appreciation with your likes and thumbs up.